Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Plans to adopt new alcohol ordinances aimed at cutting binge drinking in Grand Forks could run into a legal snag tonight. Good evening and thanks for joining us. A UND group promoting the new liquor ordinances may have violated the North Dakota Century Code by using state email accounts for political purposes. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us what's happening.
Tonight, the Grand Forks City Council is considering one alcohol ordinance that would outlaw 3-for-1 drink specials and another one that would make homeowners more liable for teen drinking at parties. Citizens get a chance to comment at a public forum at 5:30 before the council votes.
With that, there will be a public comment portion, and then the council will vote. If the council, excuse me, if the council votes in approval of what they have, today, the ordinance will become law.
However, there could be a snag in this process. The UND Healthy Coalition group used government email to promote the new ordinances around UND. Some say using those government email accounts for political purposes is a violation of state law. It may have some city council members wavering on a vote. Dana Sandy told me he'd like to hear from an attorney before voting on the ordinances. He said, quote, "I don't feel we should be getting in the middle of it right now. I'm leaning toward not supporting the ordinances." But council member Crystal Snyder says she's reviewed state law and she doesn't believe the UND group did anything wrong by promoting the new ordinances on their email accounts. The city council will discuss all this within the next hour. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Now we will have that decision as soon as it's available online on valleynewslive.com. Well, look what we caught on our cameras over the lunch hour in downtown Fargo. Is that snow? Yep, some brief heavy snow was moving through the area. So are the snow squalls done, or should we expect more of them? Here is Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson with a look at our forecast. Hutch, please tell me it's over.
Oh, lack of spring-like weather, that's what I call it. But you know what? Moisture in any form is, well, forget about it. I mean, snow is not something we really want to see this time, but the moisture is welcome. The wind, though, is very gusty. The northwest winds gusting to 40, even close to 50 miles per hour, where you see the red colors out there in the central portion of the Dakotas. Radar shows that we continue to see some light snow pushing through northwest Minnesota. This includes Mahnomen, Ada, and much of Polk County, with a few rain showers here in the FM area possible heading into the evening. The 30s will pretty much be the rule. Upper 30s, low 40s this evening. Gusty northwest winds, can't rule out sprinkle drops like you see there on the Skycam. Now, it does look like a dry week of weather, but it doesn't look hot. I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast here in just a few moments.
We could use a little more rain.
Yeah, more rain would be beneficial.
Yeah.
I'll have details on when our next best chance will come.
Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
6 Minnesota men have been arrested for allegedly trying to fly to Syria to fight alongside ISIS. 4 of the men were arrested Sunday in St. Paul. The other 2 were picked up in San Diego, California, where they were allegedly trying to get fake passports. All 6 are charged with conspiring and attempting to provide material support to the terrorist group, but officials say there's no indication any of the men had plans to launch a terror attack here in the U.S.
To be clear, we have a terror recruiting problem in Minnesota. And this case demonstrates how difficult it is to put an end to recruiting here.
Authorities say a handful of Minnesota residents have traveled to Syria to fight with militants in the past year, and at least 1 has died. Police and rescue crews were called to the 12th Avenue Bridge. That's the former toll bridge between Fargo and Moorhead around 12:20 this afternoon after getting a word that a driver had crashed into the guardrail and flipped its vehicle. It happened on the Moorhead side of the Red River. Well, the president of the University of North Dakota is reaching out to students. On Sunday, Robert Kelly sent a campus-wide email explaining a proposed tuition hike and a call for a vote of no confidence. Student government leaders say Kelly hasn't been upfront about proposed tuition hikes. Kelly and other university leaders will attend a public meeting at UND in the Student Senate on Wednesday. You can read the full email from Kelly on valleynewslive.com. Early indications are pointing to a good turnout for next Tuesday's special election in Fargo. Early voting opened at 10 today at the Baymont Inn, that's formerly known as the Doublewood on 13th Avenue South. You can vote from 10 to 7 p.m. all through Wednesday. At stake is the mayor's race, where Tim Mahoney and Brad Wimmer are squaring off, and there are 6 candidates running for 1 seat on the city commission. Also, voters will decide on a charter change. Election coordinators say that they were pleased to see a line of people to vote when the early voting precinct opened this morning.
The other big difference with this election will be Election Day. The traditional precinct polling locations will not be open. We are utilizing 6 vote centers throughout the city, and any qualified elector of the city of Fargo can go to any one of those vote center locations and cast their ballot.
Now, if you don't get a chance to vote early, that's okay. Election Day voting spots are at the Fargo Dome, Al Zagle Shrine, the Fargo Public Library, Atonement Lutheran, Calvary United Methodist, and the Baymont Inn. And remember, bring your ID so you can vote. A new announcement from the Minnesota House Republicans that could save you a lot of money. Today, they announced their omnibus tax bill, including $2 billion in tax relief. Leaders say the most significant part of the package could save a middle-class family of 4 more than $500 over the next 2 years. The bill is scheduled to be heard in the House Committee on Taxes this week. Well, it's been 2 years since the deadly terror attacks at the finish line of the Boston Marathon, but Boston is still running strong. 30,000 people competed in the prestigious race today. Tens of thousands gathered to show their support for the runners and for the city. One of the runners was our own Kathleen Wrigley, the wife of North Dakota's lieutenant governor. Runners found increased security, including more officers on bikes and more fencing that was separating racers from spectators. But look at that nice win. Just a day before the jury convened to begin the process of deciding whether one of the brothers responsible for the bombings should live or die. In the women's competition, it was a Kenyan woman who won with 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 56 seconds. On the men's side, an Ethiopian man won with a time of 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 17 seconds. If you're in an emergency, there's now an app for that. The Red Cross has launched an emergency app that will let you know everything you need to know. It gives people instant access to weather alerts, life-saving information, and ways to contact family and friends in one free, easy-to-use app for mobile devices. It's available in app stores for smartphones and for tablets. If you want to download it, we have a link for you on valleynewslive.com. Just search for this story. Mattbus is going green to celebrate Earth Week. The company will have a variety of Earth-friendly activities for riders, including one called Get Your Can on the Bus, a promotion that lets people ride the bus for free if they donate an aluminum can. And Mattbus says it's attracting riders.
It does increase a little bit. Lots of people look forward to riding for the price of one can during Earth Week. And so something that people ask us about when it's coming up, they seem to really enjoy it.
Officials say public transportation helps play a major role in protecting our environment. One Mattbus full of people removes up to 50 cars from the road. And the U.S. public transportation system says it saves 4.2 billion gallons of gas every year, the equivalent of 320 million cars filling up annually. Cows, sheep, and chicks, those aren't just animals you can see on the farm. You can also see them at NDSU for annual Kitty Days. The Saddle and Sirloin Club is hosting the event again at Shepherd Arena, teaching kids about animals. Horses, pigs, and calves are among the many animals that kids will get to see and touch. Organizers say this is a great way to teach kids about what many farmers do in our area.
The average American is 3 generations removed from the farm, so by bringing the kids in here, we can actually give them an introduction to what agriculture is to us and what we actually grew up with, and trying to show them all the great memories and all the stuff that we got to have as kids.
Now the event's going on now through Friday. To get your kids registered for a time to go and explore, we've got a link to Kitty Days on their website is on valleynewslive.com. Just click on the hot button. Still ahead for us, phishing emails, how to spot these dangerous emails.
A cold and blustery start to the work week, but some more much needed moisture coming, even though it's in the form of a few flakes. Your hour-by-hour forecast is next.